Hey everybody, I'm Roy Cannaday, and I'm going to be talking about my top 10 experiences of 2022. Lots of awesome things happened this year, and I want to share with you some of the cool things that happened, or at least the things that I think are cool and happened to me during last year. So super exciting stuff. The first one I want to have here, my number 10, is teaching Tom Last Light. So Tom knew about Last Light going on, and people kept telling him over and over again about, oh man, this game that Roy's making is really cool. It does this and this and this. And I'm like, please stop telling him about it. But I really wanted to wait till the game was further along for him to be able to see it. And a day finally came up where we were doing the Spring Spectacular, and he said that we would play the game since the Game Found was going live there. And it was super exciting to actually have an opportunity to finally teach him the game. When I originally made the game, like, I wanted it to be something that I knew Tom and Sam would really like. I kind of like engineered this game from the ground up to be like something that would hit a lot of the buttons that they were into. And the fact that he actually enjoyed the game, or at least hopefully enjoys the game, we'll see here or there.
Very good game. If you're looking for simultaneous selection and going out and flying spaceships around, fighting with each other with a fun, fast combat, exploring and getting more technology, multiple ways to win, this all comes together in a really good package. I'm really proud of Roy for what he's done. He's done a fantastic job here. And I've seen a lot of people are supporting the project on GameFAQ, and I think they're going to be really happy with the final product.
That was really cool, and it was just cool to have that experience and being able to play it live for people, and then just how that went was just a lot of fun. So playing Last Light with Tom Vassell was my number 10 awesome epic experiences from 2022. My next one here on the list is the Dice Tower Cruise. The Dice Tower Cruise is by far my favorite of the Dice Tower events. I love just the way everything works out. We basically take the Dice Tower library, which is a ton of like really awesome curated games and games that have upgraded components, and we put it on a cruise ship, and we can play those games. I played with families. I went with all sorts of different people, and it was just fun to be able to play with everybody there. And of course, there's lots of awesome food on the cruise, and we get to go to exotic locations. It was really fun. I went with my girlfriend and my kids, and it was just really fun to be able to explore everything. Like, we went out on like the different islands and went around and like got cheap candy in Mexico and stuff like that, and had a blast with that. And then also played a lot of really fun games and got to hang out with a lot of really awesome Dice Tower fans and Dice Tower contributors and Dice Tower people, and the whole staff here. It's just a blast to be able to go on the Dice Tower Cruise. So my number 8 is another one for Last Light here. This is the Secret Cabal. I played with Don from the Secret Cabal a couple times on Tabletop Simulator. And I saw they posted an episode that had like the little logo of Last Light in the little episode like thumbnail. And I was like, what in the world? They talked about my game? And Don had said, oh, well, maybe we'll talk about it on the show when it's like on Game Found. And it kind of like blew me away. Like, just listening to these guys that I have listened to for years and years. I listened to the Secret Cabal from back before I even was a like board game like media person, and I would always go to their meetups, and I was a huge fan. I just really enjoyed a lot of their stuff. So to hear these guys talk about how good my game looks and how fun it was for them was just kind of crazy, you know. Don was the only one that actually played it, but Jamie being excited and like saying like really, really nice things about like, oh, Roy's one of us and like a Cabalist and stuff, and like it's really awesome for him to have a game. Like, I legitimately cried listening to them talk about it. So just the experience of having that happen got me really emotional at the time, and I'm still really excited about the fact that they did it, and I really can't wait for them to get an opportunity to have it on their table as well. So that was an amazing experience for me. It's just kind of crazy how that went down. The next one is gaming with all of my kids. I have a blended family, so I have 2 kids of my own, and then my girlfriend Ruthie has 2 kids, and we basically have all of them together a lot of time, and just being able to play games together, playing games with my kids, playing games with Emma and Logan, and everybody all together is just a blast. And then playing games with Ruthie as well. We played like Q's and Q's. We played a ton of like Concept Kids. We even played with their cousins as well. You know, it's just a blast to be able to play games with my kids, and it's one of the things every year is a highlight for me. I love having that time around the table with my family, being able to educate my kids with board games, being able to just spend quality time together. Like, it's really important for me to like put down the devices sometimes and just come together and like have fun as a family. And I've just had a blast playing games with my kids over 2022. The next one here is Dice Tower Retreat. I know I said the cruise was my favorite, but the epic games I played at the Dice Tower Retreat surpassed that, because there were so many great games that were played. I played Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea, a giant game of that. I played Zaya. We did a Magic Cube, and that was a blast to do. I actually played with Z, and we drafted, and then it was just really fun to get together and do the Magic Cube draft. I played Battlelore, Epic Battlelore, where I basically had 2 boards of Battlelore, and Chris actually played that with me as well, and it was really fun to just have this gigantic epic game of Battlelore. I played War of the Ring, the card game, with Justin from Restoration Games, Steven Bonacore, and Rod. So I loved playing War of the Ring. That's another, like, it's a card game, but it's still epic. So just all these epic games, the Retreat really allows, since it's more of like a little bit more of an intimate setting, a little bit more low key. There's not crazy events that I'm having to go around and run a bunch of different like live shows. It makes it way more chill and low key for me able to get these epic games that I love to the table. And I just had a blast playing games at the Retreat. And all those epic games was definitely an amazing experience for me. The next one here is talking with Vince from Lucky Duck. So Vince is the head of Lucky Duck, and I was at a, I think it is basically just like an industry thing where it was for a manufacturer, and this guy comes up to me and was talking to me about Last Light and how well it did on GameFound and how impressed with it he was and how excited he was about it. And then I realized that it was the head of Lucky Duck, and it kind of like blew me away and kind of floored me. He's like, how well it did, like, that's like winning the Super Bowl, and like just the conversations having with him and like how successful Lucky Duck is and how much I'm a fan of their games, because Destiny's the year before was my favorite game of the year, and being able to talk to him about just crowdfunding in general and like the success of different things is just really exciting to me. So that was a really like awesome like experience for me, being able to have that talking with him. And then the next one here is teaching my girlfriend's friends, which are now my friends as well, board games. I had a bunch of different game nights where I taught a bunch of our friends board games. We even played board games over like a Christmas party as well. And it was just so much fun to teach people who are familiar with maybe video games or maybe aren't as familiar with tabletop games, just being able to teach them board games for the first time. That's one of the things I love about board gaming, is showing people that don't know a game or maybe that aren't as into games, like a game that you really love, and then just enjoying it and having fun and that camaraderie around the table, just having a blast playing games together. Like, I love the experience of coming to the table and playing a cooperative game or playing a competitive game, whatever it is, a team game. It's always so much fun. We played a ton of different stuff over the year, and it was just a blast to play. My next one here is playing Champions with the designer. Marvel Champions I played with Caleb Grace at Gen Con, and I had talked to him back and forth on social media a little bit, but we hooked up at Gen Con and I got to play some of the X-Men stuff, and it was a blast to be able to play that stuff with him and just like be able to hang out, talk shop about Fantasy Flight Games and talk about like what's going on in the industry. He was asking me a ton of questions about my games and stuff like that and what goes on at the Dice Tower here. It was just fun to have that camaraderie back and forth, but then also playing my favorite games with one of the designers was just really fun, and him showing off some of the new stuff for the game. I had a blast hanging out with Caleb. He's a super cool dude. It was just really awesome and made a great experience, and something that like I'll remember for a long time, just because it was really fun to be able to play my favorite game with one of the people that makes it. But yeah, so that's really cool. And then my next one here is my number 2 of all time, and that is playing games with my girlfriend Ruthie. I've played a ton of games with her over the whole year, and it's just been really cool. We played games last year as well, but it's just really cool to see like the different scope of games she enjoys and different ones she plays. Like, I always had this preconception that, oh, she might not like this, or oh, she might not like that, but she's been playing like Last Light and Battlestar Galactica and all these big games that like I didn't necessarily expect, and it's just been so much fun to come together as a couple and be able to play lots of fun games. She definitely beats me in a lot of things, like hero clicks and stuff like that, and it's just fun to see the games that we get to have fun with and jive together. We like to play a lot of cooperative games as well. We've played a lot of Marvel Champions over the year, played some Splendor, but being able to play Clank Legacy or Clank Catacombs as well has been a blast, and that's like her new favorite thing. We played a ton of Project Elle at the retreat as well. And then she just played a ton of games with me with other people. She like played Last Light with me with all my old podcast hosts, and just so many of those memories are just great things to remember. I just love playing games with my girlfriend. It's awesome to have a relationship where we can game together and grow together as a couple. It's just a lot of fun. And my number one here, what could beat playing with my girlfriend? Probably nothing, but my number one is going to be the crowdfunding of Last Light. Like, I was blown away by like the support and the excitement behind the campaign. We also did it on GameFound, which is a super new platform, so it's not something that people are as used to as Kickstarter, and it still did gangbusters, and I'm super excited for everybody to get their copy and it to get out to everybody. And just as far as gaming experiences go, being able to have something that you've worked for years on come to life, and not only that, but the publisher like shares your vision for that. Like, they want the game to look the way that I want it to look, and they had like the aliens look like the way I want them to look, and it's just, they were all in on like my vision for the game, and I'm super excited to see how it is when it comes to people's table. That might be an amazing experience that I have for this year, just because I just can't wait. But the support behind it was just astonishing and an amazing experience for me. But yeah, so that is my experiences of 2022. I definitely had a lot of fun this year. I love doing all the things here at the Dice Tower. Make sure to check out our Kickstarter that is going to be running live right now. Make sure to back that so we can continue to make amazing content for you as well. It's awesome being a part of the Dice Tower here, and it's awesome. All the videos and all the amazing people and all the amazing support we have here is great. So anyway, I've been Roy Cannaday. I hope you have an amazing 2023 coming up and have amazing experiences for yourself. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one.